Hello once again. Yeah, this is another boxing prediction video as opposed to my last one, which was just about one fight. This will be about several fights. Alright, on Thursday, so already tomorrow, this first fight is taking place or supposed to take place. It's for a European super bantamweight title, and the defending champion is Luca Rigoli of Italy, and he's taking on Gamal or Jamal, however you pronounce it, Jamal Yafai, um, who was undefeated until recently when he lost to Gavin McDonald. Well, not so recently actually. I kind of got him mixed up with Carl, his brother. So yeah, Rigoli is undefeated. Or no, sorry, he's not. He's got one loss also. 22 wins, but only 8 knockouts. Yafai's got 17 wins and 10 of them by knockout. Yes, so this fight is taking place in Milan, which is yeah, so it means Rigoli is fighting at home. Yeah, so it's a rather interesting fight, or can be on paper. Um, I wanted to take a smaller fight, which is, I mean, not just fights who are really, you know, world class or whatever, but also some others too, which may be a little, which may be a better challenge, perhaps, because I don't know so much about the fighters. But anyway, on box record, Goldie is rated 2.5 stars, while Yafai is rated with 2 stars. So, yeah, I see Yafai. I mean, Rigoli has defeated Jeremy Parley before. That was his only, I guess, rather famous victory, rather famous opponent. Yeah. And Yafai, he didn't really beat anyone that is can be called famous or well known, I guess. So yeah. Since this fight is in Italy, I guess this most likely will go the distance because neither man is really a really hard puncher. Yafai is a little bit, seems to have some power, but Rigoli hasn't been stopped yet, so he seems like a solid technician, real European style fighter. So I guess the most likely outcome is that Rigoli wins on points. Alright, and then to the next fight, which is a little bit better. Actually, it's the undefeated Gilberto Ramirez, who is 40-0 now, with 26 KOs. He's fighting Alfonso Lopez for the NABF light heavy title. And yeah, of course, Ramirez is a tall guy, 6'2.5". So it's not so, it doesn't have such a long reach, 75 inches. Well, Lopez has got 3 losses, but not all of them on points. 32 victories, 25 by knockout. So yeah, Lopez in his last fight beat Denis Grachev on points, and yeah, he hasn't really fought any really big names. Except he actually he fought Kelly Pavlik, but that was in 168 back in 2011, and he went the distance and lost by majority decision. So this guy is not no bum, definitely. Yeah, he seems to be more like not a really hard. I mean, one puncher, but more like a cumulative type puncher. And this guy Ramirez, he hasn't well. He's only had one fight at 175 so far. So yeah, uh, and that was against Tommy Carpensy, which was a decent start because Carpensy has been there in there with some of the best guys in the division. He won by a fourth round corner retirement. But here, this will be a tougher fight, definitely. I still, of course, favor Ramirez to win. I think unless something unforeseen happens, like a cut or such stuff, that he will win. Um, yeah, since Lopez has not been stopped yet, I don't know if um, Ramirez can pull it off. Probably not, because he doesn't have that many knockouts. I mean, he at 168 he had power, but he never was a guy that really not a knockout artist anyway. So I once again it goes to the scorecards. I believe Gilberto Ramirez should win with some points. And Triple G is back actually, uh, and is fighting a lower level fighter, which is smart because at this age, at this level, he's not his old self, anymore. At 38, and having had a hard fight, last fight against Sergey Derevyanchenko. So he's fighting an undefeated guy, Kamil Seremeta or Sheremeta, who is from Poland, 21 and 0, with the IBF and the IBO titles at stake at middleweight, of course. So I heard of Sheremeta before, but I think he beat Kasim Uma on points, which doesn't really say much. By then, 2016 Uma was just a walking bag or whatever. More like a trial horse anyway by then. But Sheremet's got only 5 knockouts, so of course he's not a puncher. Despite the fact that in his last fight he won by a second round TKO. So maybe he has just started to discover his power. Yeah. I don't think, of course, he's 31, so he's not that much younger. It's not like it's youth versus really old. I mean, it's not like a guy who's 23 versus a guy who's 38. So I don't know really. Triple G maybe should be able to stop him, but maybe not. It all depends where he is, right now. Yeah. This might be a tough fight for him because Sheremeta seems to be a good technical boxer, having won so many fights on points, so and he's probably very, very durable, so I don't know, I guess the safest bet would be either a late, perhaps technical knockout for Golovkin or points victory for Golovkin. Because still, I can hardly see him lose, or even a draw would be. Maybe a draw can, be fathomable, whatever you call fathomable. So anyway, that's I think Triple G Golovkin wins anyway, either on points or by a stoppage. Perhaps in later rounds, maybe. I don't know. Alright. And then finally, this fight is really the last big, huge fight of this year, which is a fight between, of course, Saul Canelo Alvarez and Callum Mundo Smith. Yeah, so this is a fight everybody has really been waiting for and looking forward to, of course. Um, it may just be the biggest challenge. I mean, for both men, even I guess, even for Canelo, because he's never fought anyone so big in terms of size, so height and all that. Because Callum Smith is a really big guy, even for especially for a super middleweight. He's 6'3" and he's got he's well built even. He's got muscles and everything, so he's not a skinny 6'3" guy. Yeah, but still his last fight, after seeing his last fight against John Ryder, who is of a similar, height and build as Canelo, I don't know really how. I used to believe that he can beat Canelo, even knock him out maybe, but and that's what he would have to do to win, I guess, in Canelo's turf. So Canelo now is 53-1 and with two draws. One of them against Golovkin, and the other one was against. Well, it doesn't matter. It was a long time ago. While Callum Smith is 27-0 with 19 KOs. So Callum Smith, they are actually equal in age. Both are born in 1990. Actually, Callum is slightly older by like almost 3 months, but Canelo has had so much more experience. He started way back in 2005, while Callum started in late 2012. Yeah, Callum's got a 78-inch reach, wow, which can be a problem for Canelo, who's got only 70.5-inch reach. He's 5'8", of course. Earlier, I remember it used to say he was 5'9", but I guess that was a little bit exaggeration. Of course, and you must have in mind that Canelo, despite the fact that he knocked out Sergey Kovalev in his last fight, he didn't really look good before that. He was being outboxed. So maybe all this jumping up and down in weight could have put a dent in him. You know, and this time also he's coming back from 175 to 168. So neither guy has fought in 13 months. So maybe the fight will not be as great as anticipated, but maybe it will anyway. As I said, Smith struggled against John Ryder, but I guess maybe it was just a bad night. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't do well against shorter, strong guys. Maybe, who knows? But John Ryder, bear in mind, is a unnatural super middleweight. while Canelo he has grown into super middleweight from being a middleweight and a junior middleweight before that. So I don't know if Canelo is as strong or yeah, if he will use the same tactics because he thinks maybe he can just outbox or outpunch Smith. So that would be a mistake, especially trying to knock him out. Yeah, I mean Smith is good at using or capitalize, capitalizing on his opponent's mistakes, like against Groves, for instance. And yeah, so Canelo better not, make any sudden charges or rush in like with his chin sticking out or whatever. He will find himself on the floor, definitely on the canvas. Yeah, this fight is rather difficult to predict. I mean, I don't, I really don't. Of course, since it's back in, is it in Vegas or whatever? It's in the United States anyway. So, Smith would have to really, really, put on a fight of his life. Performance. It's in San Antonio. So anyway, everything will be rigged in in Canelo's favor. The judging, and even if a fight is very close, it still doesn't matter. We saw that with Golovkin, for instance, and before him with Lara. So anyway, of course, the most likely outcome we can expect is that Canelo wins on points. Yeah. I don't know if he can actually stop Smith because he's so tall and big and he's a rather tough guy too. He's not one of those who will just fold like some of the others did, Koale or yeah, Khan. But neither of them, especially Khan, were really. I mean, Khan was a natural welterweight and still is. So anyway, to cut this video from becoming too long, the most likely prediction seems to be that Canelo will win on points. Yeah. Alright, that was it for this time. See you. Bye bye.